Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm going to go my review of Royal Rumble 1996. Starting off the evening, we're going to go to our first match of the night. It is Jeff Jarrett versus Ahmed Johnson. Thought this was an okay opening matchup for Royal Rumble 1996. Back and forth matchup between Jarrett and Ahmed Johnson, with Ahmed keeping the pace of the match. Jarrett applies a figure four, but Ahmed quickly breaks the hold. Jarrett then hits Ahmed with a guitar. Referee ends up seeing this, and your winner of the match by disqualification is Ahmed Johnson. Hats off to Ahmed Johnson for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night as well. It is for the WWE Tag Team Championships. It is Zip and Skip versus the Smoking Guns. Thought this was an okay matchup. Back and forth matchup between both teams, with the Smoking Guns keeping the pace of the match. Bart hits a press slam on Zip, and Bart ultimately hits a roll-up, pins for the 3, and your winners of the match, and at that time, still WWE Tag Team Champions, are the Smoking Guns. Hats off to the Smoking Guns for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night as well. It is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. It is Goldust versus Razor Ramon. I thought this was a good match. Back and forth matchup between Goldust and Ramon, with Ramon keeping the pace of the match. Goldust lands a bulldog on Ramon for a near fall. Razor then hits a chokeslam on Goldust. 1-2-3 Kid ends up showing up, ends up attacking Razor Ramon. Referee doesn't see it. Goldust then goes for the cover, pins for the 3, and your winner of the match, and at that time, new Intercontinental Champion, is Goldust. Hats off to Goldust for getting the win in this matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It is the Royal Rumble matchup. Hunter Hearst Helmsley was entrant number 1. Henry Godwinn was entrant number 2 into the Royal Rumble. Diesel and Shawn Michaels were the last two competitors in this matchup, with Shawn eliminating Diesel to win the 1996 Royal Rumble. Hats off to Shawn Michaels for getting the win in that matchup. Moving on from that, we go into our next match of the night. It is the main event of the Royal Rumble 1996. It is Undertaker versus Bret Hart for the WWE Championship. I thought this was a great match. Back and forth matchup between Taker and Hart, with Taker keeping the pace of the match. Taker hits a tombstone on Hart. Diesel is here. Diesel ends up pulling the referee out of the ring, and your winner of the match by disqualification is The Undertaker. Hats off to The Undertaker for getting the win in this matchup. Couple of things I'm going to say about Royal Rumble 1996, man, before I get out of here. This was an okay Royal Rumble. It really wasn't the best, honestly, man. I feel like it was kind of lackadaisical. I mean, the opening matchup, we have Jeff Jarrett versus Ahmed Johnson. I mean, I know there's Jeff Jarrett fans out there. God bless you. But, I mean, every time he wrestles, man, it feels like it's lazy and lackadaisical, in my honest opinion. Now, credit, yes, he has been a multi-time world champion. I get that. I understand that. But at the same time, too, I feel like a lot of his moveset was kind of like a knockoff to Ric Flair. And I know good and hell well that Jeff Jarrett took a lot of flack for the figure four back in the day. Everything he did was, exactly what Ric Flair did. And that's why I'm not a big Jeff Jarrett fan. I feel like he could never really get his own style, his own move set. He was kind of getting, taking stuff away from Ric Flair. Never really was a big Jarrett fan. So that opening matchup, it was all right at best. The tag team matchup, Zip and Skip versus the Smoking Guns, it was an okay matchup. I feel like the Smoking Guns were kind of carrying the match, in my honest opinion. Goldust versus Razor Ramon, that was a good matchup for the Intercontinental Championship. I was kind of hoping Razor would get the win, but unfortunately Goldust got the win. And again, hats off to Goldust for getting the win in that matchup, and at that time becoming the new Intercontinental Champion. The Royal Rumble match was really good as well. Like I said, Hunter Hearst Helmsley was the first entrant. Henry Godwinn was the second. And then Shawn Michaels ultimately gets the win by eliminating Diesel. And then the main event, Undertaker versus Bret Hart for the WWE Championship. Solid matchup from top to bottom. And hats off to The Undertaker for getting the win in that matchup, even though it was by disqualification. If I had to give Royal Rumble 1996 a solid rating from 1 out of 10, I'm probably going to give it a solid 4, man. Maybe a 4.5 at best. But this is my review of the Royal Rumble 1996. I hope you guys are out there staying safe. Be careful. And remember, stay classic. Peace.